Marvel never dared to show you. One where the Red Skull wasn't just Hydra's ultimate weapon. He was Captain America's son. Betrayed, abandoned, and forged in the very evil his father fought against. This is that forgotten story. Welcome to Earth 721, a fractured branch of the main timeline. Here, a young Steve Rogers, in the heat of war, secretly fathers a child with his girlfriend Gale, who was tragically caught in Hydra's web. But before Steve could even learn of his son's existence, he was frozen in ice, catapulted into the future, leaving the infant behind, alone. Trapped inside the very Hydra laboratories Captain America once swore to destroy. Because his father was the one and only super soldier, the boy inherited it all. Incredible strength, enhanced speed, and near-invincible resilience. He was a miracle of genetics. But a miracle needs guidance, a father's love. Instead, he grew up surrounded only by the cold whispers of Hydra scientists, the pain of their experiments, and a suffocating cruelty that choked out any light. To survive in that darkness, he had to harden his heart. To one day lead, he had to embrace their doctrine of hate. He learned power, not from heroism, but from tyranny. As the boy grew into a young man, the rage inside him festered. The ghost of the father he never knew haunted him. In a final, terrifying act of madness, he did the unthinkable. He tore at his own face, disfiguring himself in a grotesque symbol of rejection. He was scarred, forever severing any resemblance to the heroic image of Steve Rogers. This was the moment he shed his given name and took a new one, a title that would echo through history with fear, the Red Skull. But he wasn't Hydra's puppet, not anymore. He was his own master, fueled by a singular burning purpose, vengeance. Using Hydra's fractured, unstable time travel technology, he ripped a hole through reality and hurled himself into the future. He arrived in our era, the modern age where Captain America lived on, not as a man, but as a global legend, a symbol of hope. But to this Red Skull, Steve Rogers was no hero. He was a deserter, the absent father who abandoned him to a lifetime of darkness and pain. His mission was brutally simple. It wasn't about world domination or Hydra's twisted ideology. It was personal. His goal was to tear down the entire legacy of the man who gave him life, and then left him with nothing but scars. He would make the world see the lie behind the star-spangled shield. In this reality, the Red Skull isn't a stranger fighting a soldier. He's family. Captain America's greatest enemy isn't born from a different ideology, but from his own blood. It's a son versus his father, the conqueror versus the captain. A tragedy of Shakespearean proportions, played out with super soldier serum and shattered timelines. Now, let me ask you this. If this story ever made it to the big screen, who would you find yourself rooting for? The hero who unknowingly left his son behind, or the son who was twisted by darkness and came back for revenge? Let me know your thoughts down in the comments. This is one of those questions that really makes you think about what truly makes a hero, and what makes a villain. If you enjoyed this dive into the multiverse's darkest corners, be sure to hit that like button, subscribe, and ring the bell so you don't miss our next story. See you in the next one.